Jag har pratat lite faktiskt med min dotter då, om det skulle vara så att det skulle gå att få hjälp med det.
We allow the animal to have this kind of relief. Why do we not give everybody that right?
Se ei tunnu hänestä hyvältä kuolla Sveitsissä. Se sama voidaan tehdä Suomessa.
I was Googling the phrase, how do you kill yourself peacefully?
I'm gonna be executed then Friday.
Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Clear your eyes.
We don't use illegal products. It's a totally legal process. You can climb in and peacefully die. We got a few threats. Well, they were letters usually, or some phone calls saying that you're going to die. There's been a couple occur in Europe here, and one where we've had to be involved with policing services here to see how serious it is. I don't think none of them have been seen as being enough to be too worried about, but I mean, you're always worried. Yeah, no, it's great. Looks good. Getting it to Venice is important, so people can see that there is not just a photograph in Newsweek, there is actually a real sarco here, and it looks like the photograph in Newsweek. And in fact, just taking it straight to Switzerland where it will be used will attract a lot of criticism and attention of the Swiss authorities. We know that. But by having it in Venice for a few months before that gives it a certain status. It gives people a chance to reflect on the role of a machine like this in the future, which is what we want people to do in Venice, to come along, look at it, to think about the future, think about how technology is influencing death and dying, since it's influencing everything else, and there will be a lot of reporting of it. I think it'll make it harder for the Swiss opponents of our move to Switzerland to have the same success in trying to stop us. I think there will be attempts to try and stop us. We do everything we can in our sophisticated Western society to remove the dead and the dying out of the sight of the rest of us. And that sort of strange paradox that you can see 100 dead bodies a night on television, but you don't see a dead body at all in real life. Because we've developed this death-denying culture where death is the big failure. And that certainly permeates medicine, where medicine sets out to make sure that no one need ever have a death, because we'll save you from all of that, we'll stop that ever happening. And of course, the problems with making the changes necessary so people have choice about when and how they die comes from that idea that the medical profession is so hostile to it because they see death as a failure.
You're here to arrange your funeral?
Exactly. So I will be doing my service in that
Westerkerk.
Okay. So I do that up here to do the,
Euthanasie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I have, what are you doing?
I'm talking to your brother.
Okay, because I need to, who do I need to tell?
The list of who is talking.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm in a difficult, because they are all on the laptop.
Okay, all right. But Albert, you told me.
You are talking.
Yeah, I'm talking, then Mike Sanoki is talking, Mark Salomon is talking, your brother is talking, and we're going to find another.
And the guy from the military.
Yes,
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 5 persons.
5 persons. I have the songs that he gave me and also some Dutch song, but I'm sure that we'll have to make a choice,
Yes.
and we cannot have all his songs because he put a lot of songs.
Okay.
So all,
I don't know.
but whatever we will put will be only songs that he chosen.
Yes. I think 1.5 hour.
Yeah.
Is that
That's exactly what I had.
okay?
And then we'll need to choose the color of the wood of the coffin.
You
Yeah.
can- if you want, you can do it now.
Yeah.
He wants to choose it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that you should go inside.
Oh. Yeah, I need a personal. Isn't this nice? Yeah, you need to go with me. Massief. Haken.
Is ook. Eiken is ook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This nice?
Can I ask you how much is that? Is that
Yes, the price are on
what
the
is the
page.
price? What is that?
It's no big deal.
What is the price? Okay, I think that if you're not here and I have to make a decision, you died and you surprised me, okay? And I did not know what you liked. I will choose. Here's William. Just a second. Yes, William. Hi, darling.
I found it at the cemetery, and we should be there with Albert at 3:15.
Okay.
15.
Okay, all right. That's good. Thank you.
Don't you think? Nice.
The up.
Okay, you want me?
The bottom.
You want me to choose?
This one.
You want me to choose?
No, I chose.
You chose? Show me.
It's beautiful. Don't need anything plus. That's it.
Do you have more questions for me?
No.
So how does it feel to plan your own funeral?
I like that. I don't have to do it, but I had time, so I figured why not. I'm almost there. I still.
What's left to do?
Yeah, my printer doesn't work, so I don't. I've a few things that I must plan, but yeah, it's all also on the laptop.
Right.
So it's not that she does not have it, but I would love to have it totally turned out.
Do you expect many people to come to?
I don't know. You never know. You know, for 50 for sure. 100, I don't think so.
Right.
But somewhere in between.
But you're never gonna hear what they say.
You don't know, eh? You don't know. Either I see it or I don't. But it doesn't matter.
What do you hope for?
I would like to see it, but I don't
To
know.
be in the roof and see everything.
That's funny. But I don't know. So that's something that we would experience
Yeah.
in our life.
You can come back and tell us later.
Yeah, I can hang
As a
somewhere.
ghost.
Say, hey guys, it's beautiful, funny here. I love it. I never knew it. That would be nice.
Oh.
But also, I don't know. So, but it's beautiful, I think.
I was asked about 4 years ago by the lawyers for a person in London who was dying. He had a thing called locked-in syndrome, which meant he couldn't move, paralysed, and so in a sense he couldn't suicide, and the lawyers said suicide's not a crime, but he can't do it. So they'd argued the case in the courts in England saying why that his rights had been infringed because he couldn't have the same rights as an able-bodied person to suicide. Anyway, they lost that case with the court, and then he said, why can you build a machine that doesn't require much specialised or technical assistance? And I thought about it, and that's really where Sarko came from, the idea that even a disabled person, if they could just almost fall into a Sarko, we could make it so that the button press could be activated by eye movement or voice. All of that's possible. And because it's the fact that there's no oxygen, you don't need to get needles into veins, you don't need to get very restricted drugs like Nembutal. You can just lie in the machine and you'd have that peaceful death.
I met Philip on public radio in Australia on a debate, and we were on opposite sides of the debating team. But he was already Dr. Death, so he was already infamous when I met him. And I thought, of course he's the man I should be with. Troublemaker. Troublemaker 1 and Troublemaker 2.
Do you have a disagreement sometime about the philosophies or about...
We very rarely have disagreements. We very rarely have fights on anything.
Certainly on the philosophy, one of the things that's been made it work so well is that we agree pretty much on this pretty, I suppose, the philosophical idea that every person should have the right to be able to end their lives to suicide when they like. That this is a right.
But I would say as a lawyer, I'm much more cautious than you are. I mean, you tend to be more radically liberal than I am.
But that's to do with the...
And I try and pull you back.
And that's where the arguments take place are really in tactics rather than philosophy. Philosophy is clear. It's anybody's right to take this step. If you decide at the age of 21 that you want to die, you should have that option.
Look, you and I both know that we cannot get... Politically, it's a problem.
Politically, it's a problem.
Of saying that you support someone who's 21, even if they're of sound mind, to die. You can't do it. Even if philosophically you agree that they should be able to do it, and there are plenty of 21-year-olds out there who think they should have the right to read our book, but I mean, I don't sell the book to anyone under 50 unless they're seriously ill. And that is a point of tension between us. Yes. And that's where you get more liberal than I am. I think I've got a political realism that you don't have. What you're ready for and what the world's ready for sometimes aren't the same thing.
Which is arriving, I think also from Scandinavia. I'm not sure from Denmark or another state, but as a matter of fact from Scandinavia. Yeah. And I will see them on Saturday.
So do you need anything else from me? on that case?
For the very moment, I do not.
Okay. In between them and the one that we have next week, the latest, I have a couple that want to come very badly.
Another one?
Yes.
Okay.
That want to come very badly, and that is the stuff that I just got from them.
Okay. Coming from which country?
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the lady has a very bad depression. Her husband has brain cancer, but he's completely clear. And we have the diagnosis paper and everything. I think he does not need a psychiatric evaluation, but maybe here it's good if we have a backup. Have a quick look.
I think she will need
psychiatric. I believe we need
expert opinion.
Yeah. I have to ask Andreas if he can do it.
This would be a good thing.
You have had that?
Oh yes.
Couples dying together.
Absolutely. Oh. Yes. Again and again, you know, they're both very frail, very old, and they don't want to leave one another. You know, they're both most of the time very ill, anyways. Yeah. So they want to go together, and this is possible. Of course, we have to make an assessment to see if somebody is pressurizing their spouse into coming with them. We had that happen once, and only the man had the permission to go, because she actually wanted to keep on living. But he always said all his life what's happening in a family, and he figured she can't live without me, so it was his wish that she would come along. And it's good if you detect these kind of things. Would not be a good idea if she would be forced to die together with him. Yeah, but that hardly ever happens. Like the two that come here, they really know that they want this, both of them. And we've had some very beautiful scenes of couples wanting to go.
Du bist bereit zum Filmen? Gut. Wie ist Ihr Name?
Toni Luise Kassler.
Und wann sind Sie geboren?
Am 27.09.22.
Und wissen Sie, was passiert, wenn Sie diese Infusion aufmachen?
Ja, dann sterbe ich.
Ja. Und das ist das, was Sie jetzt wollen?
Ja.
Ja. Dann stelle ich Ihnen noch die Fragen. Wie ist Ihr Name?
Erhard Kassler.
Und wann sind Sie geboren?
12.02.18.
Und Sie wissen auch, was passiert, wenn Sie jetzt Ihre Infusion aufmachen?
Ja.
Was passiert dann?
Dann sterbe ich.
Dann sterben Sie. Und das ist auch das, was Sie jetzt unbedingt möchten?
Ja.
Ja. Also, dann dürfen Sie jetzt beide die Infusion nehmen. Gut. Jetzt darf Herr Kassler aufmachen. Jetzt läuft das gut, Frau Kassler. Das geht etwa eine halbe Minute. Dann werden Sie müde. Ganz müde. Sie dürfen es loslassen, Herr Kassler.
Und das immer drauf lassen?
Ja, einfach so auflassen. Sie dürfen es auch loslassen, Frau Kassler. Halten Sie die Hand Ihres Mannes. Ja. Sie gehen ja zusammen auf die Reise.
Ja.
Auf die letzte Reise.
Wie es durchs Leben, gell?
Ja.
Jetzt kommt schon die Müdigkeit bei Herrn Kassler zuerst. He? Er wird schon sehr, sehr müde. Ja. Und Sie werden auch gleich müde. Gut.
Es fängt schon an.
Sie merken es, he? Alles Gute, alles Gute, Frau Kassler.
Alles Gute für und du.
Ja, alles Gute, alles Gute.
Hur känner om me kommenaan nu till det?
Joo.
Joo, kyllä. Toira niin kuin on.
Så då kan vi byta vår.
Ei.
Nu kommer första besöket.
Hei Kati.
Right middle.
This house was never really allowed to have guests. Albert was not the type of people who allow me to have guests. And he said, 8 o'clock tomorrow, nobody to be here. You should not talk on the phone, to not speak to anybody for the night. Okay. That's what he wants. So I said, what about Joe? Okay, Joe can be here. Like, you became the wallpaper here. But nobody else is allowed to come.
Okay. Yeah. Baby.
Yeah. I don't know if you know that Albert wants you to be alone on this day with me. And when are you going to tell your parents? Are you going to tell your parents in the same night, or are you going to tell your parents the following day?
We are going to tell it in person. If you, it's okay with you.
Does he know that Albert is taking the pill?
No.
No.
They don't. No.
And we are not going to tell them.
What does your parents think about euthanasia?
Yeah, they don't know it that well.
Okay.
They're 84 and 88.
Okay.
And they are Christian.
Would they be against it?
Yeah. It's difficult for them. Because they would say, don't do that. But on the other hand, she understands.
Yeah.
But they would not like to kill to murder people, you know, so that would be, they were not happy with that.
You think that because of their faith, they would see it as a murder?
Yeah, maybe, you know, they are such a good people, but I don't want to do it.
All right. Yeah.
So I want to tell you about this bottle of champagne. When we are about to get married on July 4th, I told Albert that I want champagne that means something. I don't want just a bottle of champagne. So I found this bottle, and it said, life is to celebrate. And I said, this is really appropriate for our wedding, and we will keep one for our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And now is the time that we know that it's not going to be a 1-year anniversary. So I think that we should send Albert to the other side with a celebration of life.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Make no holes in there.
Make no holes in the ceiling.
Whoa.
It's nice.
Okay, Albert, right? You're first. Yeah. Let's give Albert first.
But I wait for the others.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Difficult.
Looks
beautiful. Pink champagne.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this for you, William.
Well.
So it is.
Life is to celebrate, Albert. Cheers, Albert.
Cheers.
To a new journey, to your new journey. Please watch us from above and come to visit me and come look at the bathroom. And when I'm having a bath, like
at
the
the equator, I
promise.
will be there.
And you promise that you will come and pick on me. Come and pick on me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wat again? Oh.
Yeah, life changed.
Ja, life will change.
Yeah.
It never stops.
In the morning they don't do that much, thank God. But at 3 o'clock, kill him.
The way that he describes his dying is like he's have a business plan. It's a business plan. He has to arrange the 13-hour. You just listen to him and you don't believe he's a human being. You think maybe he has a battery.
That's a big difference.
I just don't get it. Don't you think that it's a little bit weird that the guy is talking so matter of fact about his own death?